money. He's foolish.
To die for a woman is more foolish. Any woman.
Death Valley, an iconic Western location. Death Valley was an iconic location for any genre of film. Westerns especially took advantage of this stark and unforgiving location. Let's take a look at some of the Western genre movies, either shot on location, in or near Death Valley, or in the subject matter or plot. If you like the video, hit the notification button to get my new videos, head over to my channel to check out my other videos, then check out my Facebook page. The links are in the description. Like, share and subscribe. You know the drill. Let's go. Three Godfathers, 1948. A Western in Technicolor, directed by John Ford and starring John Wayne, Pedro Armendariz and Harry Carey Jr. The screenplay was written by Frank S. Nugent and Lawrence Stallings, based on the 1913 novelette The Three Godfathers by Peter B. Kyle. The story is a loose telling of the biblical Three Wise Men in an American Western context. It is a remake of the black and white 1929 movie Hell's Heroes, starring Charles Bickman, Raymond Hatton, and Fred Koller, directed by William Wyler.
All right, kid. Go ahead.
On the bosom of the river, 'neath the glory of the throne. Yes, we'll gather at the rim.
Escape from Fort Bravo, 1953. A Western set during the American Civil War, directed by John Sturgis. It stars William Holden, Eleanor Parker, and John Forsythe.
This is Carla. He was a rebel prisoner planning escape, and Carla was part of the plot.
It's been so long just to touch you again.
Darling, I know.
Then smile.
You were falling in love with that girl, Roper?
Have you got the money?
You're beginning to act human. You even showed fear so that Johnny Reb might run away with her.
There's only one danger.
Captain Roper.
You're the man that's always after people. And you get them all, don't you?
Almost.
What are you trying to do? Kill him? Why don't you take it out on me? That's what you'd really like to do. I'm the one who made a fool out of you.
Go! You must have missed.
No, we just killed the same one twice. See what I mean?
Well, I had that coming. I've seen the view. You can take me back now.
The Gunfighter, 1950. A Western directed by Henry King and starring Gregory Peck, Helen Westcott, Millard Mitchell, and Carl Malden. It was written by screenwriters William Bowers and William Sellers, with an uncredited rewrite by writer and producer Nana Lee Johnson, from a story by Bowers, Roger Corman, and screenwriter and director Andre Dutot. The film was the second of King's 6 collaborations with Peck. It was nominated for Best Motion Picture Story for William Bowers and Andre Dutot during the 23rd Academy Awards.
Not enjoying anything, not getting anywhere. Just trying to keep from getting killed.
The Law and Jake Wade, 1958. Outlaw Clint Hollister, Richard Widmark, escapes from jail with the help of Marshal Jake Wade, Robert Taylor, because once Clint did the same for him. Jake left Clint just after, but Clint finds him back and forces Jake to lead him to a loot Jake buried 1 year ago when he quit Clint's gang.
And I must say, Jake, it was worth the whole trip just to find out that you're the marshal here.
She was a little slow getting dressed, so we had to help her along a little bit on account of she was so slow.
You don't think he's bluffing?
Jake, you saved his life. He wouldn't kill you, not after you take him to the money.
He's going to kill me. There isn't a chance he won't. Believe me, I know.
One-Eyed Jacks, 1961. A western directed by and starring Marlon Brando. His only directorial credit. Brando portrays the lead character, Rio, and Carl Malden plays his partner, Dad, Longworth. The supporting cast features Pina Pellissier, Cathy Jurado, Ben Johnson, and Slim Pickens. In 2018, the film was selected for preservation in the United States National Film Registry by the Library of Congress.
Hello, Dad. Hello, kid. I knew you'd be coming sooner or later.
Man can't stay angry for 5 years. Can he? Not as long as I breathe. You're one-eyed Jack around here, Dad. I've seen the other side of your face.
The Professionals, 1966. A western written, produced and directed by Richard Brooks and starring Burt Lancaster, Lee Marvin, Robert Ryan, Woody Strode, with Jack Palance, Claudia Cardinale and Ralph Bellamy in supporting roles. The script was adapted from the 1964 novel A Mule for the Mascara by Frank O'Rourke. The film received 3 Oscar nominations and an enthusiastic critical reception.
Specialist with rifle, rope, and longbow. Most defendable scout and tracker in the territory. Raza.
Not a woman there. Beautiful, classy, and guts.
Go to hell.
Yes, ma'am. I'm on my way.
To die for money is foolish.
To die for a woman is more foolish. Any woman.
Riders of Death Valley, 1941. A western serial from United Pictures. It was a high-budget serial with an all-star cast led by Dick Foran and Buck Jones. Ford Beebe and Ray Taylor directed. It also features Lon Chaney Jr. in a supporting role as a villainous henchman, as well as Noah Berry Jr., Charles Bickford, Quinn Big Boy Williams, Monty Blue, Loy Barcroft, Richard Alexander, and Glenn Strange.
Don't you know I got a healthy horse and you put Germans in the water?
Barry, they're trying to smoke us out.
The Walking Hills, 1949. A western directed by John Sturges and starring Randolph Scott and Ella Raines. The film's plot has film noir elements in its story of a search for an old treasure by 9 men, including a detective tracking a fugitive, several others who have things to hide, and a love triangle involving 2 leads and a fugitive. The film was shot in the Alabama hills of California and Death Valley National Monument. Locations Sturges returned to a few years later to film his classic Bad Day at Black Rock. War Paint, 1953. A western directed by Leslie Selander and starring Robert Stack and Joan Taylor. A U.S. cavalry lieutenant is assigned to deliver a peace treaty to a powerful Indian chief, but 2 Indians have vowed to kill the officer before he completes his mission. The film was shot in Path Color and filmed on location in Death Valley National Park.
Yes, sir.
I'll be thinking of you, Sand, please, when I'm drinking my beer tonight.
Fall in, trooper. You're assigned to this patrol.
Yellow Sky, 1948, a western directed by William A. Wellman and starring Gregory Peck, Richard Widmark, and Dan Baxter. The story is believed to be loosely adapted from William Shakespeare's The Tempest. The screenplay concerns a band of reprobate outlaws who flee after a bank robbery and encounter an old man and his granddaughter in a ghost town. If you like this video, make sure you hit the notification bell so you will see all my new videos. Take a look at my channel to see my other videos, and check out my Facebook page. The links are in the description. I appreciate likes, shares, and subscribers. I am Wrangler. Adios. See you again soon.
Go.
Boy, I thought you was enjoying it.
Nobody's anxious to see you dead, Stretch, but we want that gold. And we want all of it. I've waited all my life to make a killing like this, and I'm not giving half my share to anybody.
Interesting facts about famous people.